Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be looking into what's the next blessing coming to you. And I feel like this reading is just right on time for Jupiter in Cancer next month in June, because Jupiter in Cancer, oh my god, if you guys don't know, Jupiter loves being in the sign of Cancer, and Jupiter is the sign of expansion, blessings, just good vibes in general. And then the sign of Cancer, Cancer talks about the home, talks about friends, family, feeling positive. So I feel like majority of y'all are going to be having a lit and fun summer. Yeah, so I just feel like this video is just right on time for that. Okay. So, this video also is going to be quite different because it's not a tarot reading. I'm not going to be reading full-blown tarot for y'all. I'm going to be testing something a little bit different. So 2 weeks ago, I ordered astro dice, and 3 days ago, they just came in the mail, and I have been practicing using astro dice with my tarot readings for people on Reddit and for my friends, and I think I'm getting the hang of it, even though my head is hurting. And I'm gonna be using astro dice with y'all. Just astro dice. I think maybe I might pull 1 or 2 tarot cards, but that's it. I'm gonna be using astro dice, and I feel like astro dice is really good for like quick questions. Well, not questions. Quick answers. Yeah, quick answers. And especially with this topic of what's the next blessing coming to you, I feel like astro dice is good for that too. All right, so enough about me yapping. I have 3 piles for you besties. The first pile is the cute kitty cat jar. The second pile is the cute crab jar. And the third pile is the cute frog jar. So besties, make your decision and I'll see you there. Bye. Hello, what's up, pile number 1? For those of you who have chosen the kitty cat jar, very nice choice because I love kitties and kitties are so cute. Before I go into your reading, I am going to roll my astro dice because I want to see which zodiac signs this message will resonate with. So if I say your zodiac sign, then this message is for you. And if I don't say your zodiac sign, that's totally okay. You can pick another pile, okay? So let's see. So this message is for you if you are a Libra, sun, moon, or rising. All right, let me roll again. This message is for you if you are a Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising. That fell out the table. All right. This message is for you if you are a Leo, sun, moon, or rising. Okay, this message is for you if you are a Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising. And last zodiac sign, this is for you if you are an Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising. So besties, if you heard me say your zodiac sign, then this message is for you. And if not, go ahead and check out the other piles. Maybe I say your zodiac sign there. And how to find your sun, moon, or rising sign, go to astroseek.com and put in all your information, and they will tell you your sun, moon, or rising sign. But you need your birth time though. So if you don't have your birth time, then that's kind of tricky to predict your rising sign, because I know your rising sign, you need your birth time and maybe your moon sign. But yeah, if you heard your zodiac sign, let's dive in. Okay. Woo, I didn't mean that. Okay. Pile number 1. What is the next blessing that's coming to them? Pile number 1. Oh my god, it fell out the table. Oh my god, let me get it. That doesn't count. That doesn't count because I can't actually see the symbols. Okay, let me do it again. Okay, so we have the sign of Libra and the sign of the 12th house, and we have the sign of Saturn. Okay, so the sign of Libra talks about love, aesthetics, and beauty. And the sign, well, not sign, the 12th house talks about spirituality, the psyche, the unknown. And Saturn talks about challenges, delays, and restrictions. So what I'm getting here is that lately you haven't been enjoying life. And if we talk about the sign of Libra, Libra is about beauty, aesthetics, partnerships, marriage even. And I feel like you haven't been really happy with your environment. I just feel like you're not pleased with the people around you. You're not pleased with maybe your body, because Libra talks about beauty and aesthetics. Maybe you haven't been feeling confident lately. You haven't felt joy in how you think you perceive to others. There's something that's really imbalanced here. And it all ties with your psyche because we have the 12th house, and the 12th house talks about spirituality and the psyche, basically your mind. So because you're stuck in these negative emotions, it probably caused you to feel very frustrated, very anxious, and very, very moody. Right? Because we have the sign of Saturn, and Saturn talks about challenges and delay. Maybe because you're stuck with these negative emotions, it kind of caused you to be in quite of a hermit mode. If that's you, then I'm very sorry. Because every time we're dealing with something with Saturn, I hate Saturn. But I'm not going to flame on Saturn because I I know that Saturn's gonna beat my ass, but I know firsthand dealing with Saturn. And Saturn doesn't punish you for no reason. Well, Saturn doesn't punish you. Let me rephrase that. Saturn doesn't punish you. Saturn just put you in a lot of trials because you're meant to learn something, and also because in the end, you're meant to become a better person than who you were at the beginning. So I feel like if you're having disputes in your home life, in your friendship life, or even within yourself, like body issues, self-confidence, and just enjoying the luxury in life, because Libra is the sign of love. Venus rules Libra. So it's like there's a delay or a restriction in receiving love or giving love. Right? And your blessing is that Saturn's not going to be on your ass anymore. Saturn is going to leave your life because Saturn knows that you've been dealing with a lot of stuff, right? And it doesn't want to put you down in this deep, dark hole anymore. So your blessing is that you will feel like there's weights lifted off of your shoulders, and you will start to appreciate yourself more. Maybe your self-confidence will just skyrocket off the roof. Because, Jupiter is entering Cancer, so you're going to have the time of your life when summer comes. Maybe your home life is improving. Maybe you'll get along with some siblings, some family members. Maybe you guys will do like I don't know, a get together. Maybe you guys will go on vacation, or maybe you guys will have deep talks about your issues. And with the 12th house, I feel like your mentality is getting better. Like, you're not talking down on yourself. You're not bed rotting, crying that, oh, no one loves me. Oh, why good things are not happening in my life. Oh, I feel so ugly. You're not going to feel that way anymore. You're not. You're going to feel so much better about your surroundings, and you're just going to feel beautiful, right? So that's one blessing that's coming to you. That's one blessing that's coming to you. And I am going to do 2 more blessings because this is a general reading, right? And for each pile, I'm going to do 3 blessings so that everyone could at least get a blessing, okay? So that's one blessing that could be coming for y'all. Let's do the next blessing. What's the next blessing coming for y'all? Next blessing. Oh my god. I need to get a bigger table. It keeps rolling off. Okay. So we got Scorpio. Hey, that's my sign. Hey. And then we have 7th house. Okay. And then we have the Descendant. Okay, this absolutely makes sense because the Descendant talks about relationships and partnerships and what we value in relationships and what we need and what we want. And 7th house is literally about partnerships. It's like double message here. And then we have in Scorpio, which is quite interesting. So, besties, the next blessing that is coming for you is that you will build stronger relationships, basically, because Scorpio is known for its intensity, its magnetic presence. So I'm getting this blessing could be that maybe you haven't been feeling connected with your relationships lately. And relationships doesn't have to be romantic. That's what people think, but relationships are about, like, you know, your coworkers, your family members, your friends, people you know. So I feel like the next blessing is that you will be building strong bonds with the people around you, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And I feel like because it's in the sign of Scorpio, and then Scorpio is all about, you know, mystery and trust and having that ride or die type of vibes. I know this because I'm a Scorpio and I love ride or die relationships. Maybe the next blessing is that you might meet a new friend that is a ride or die for you. That's cool. Or maybe you might build a long-term commitment with someone. Interesting. Because, you know, Scorpios are all about that long-term commitment stuff. And also we have the 7th house. And 7th house rules Capricorn. Capricorn. Okay, let me slow down. The 7th house is Capricorn and Saturn energy. So when Capricorn stays, it stays. Okay? Capricorn is something solid. When we're talking about, you know, romantic partnerships, marriage, and all that stuff, it has Capricorn energy. So I feel like the next blessing coming for you, if it's not like a ride or die bestie, it's probably a long-term commitment with someone. How interesting. Slay. Okay. But I feel like this is about people because we got Descendant, and Descendant is all about relationships. So maybe you guys are building a strong bond with your besties, maybe a groupie, maybe you will find your people, soul tribe even. I don't know. This is a general reading. That's super slay. I'm super happy for you. Because, like, maybe lately you have been, like, shutting yourself off in the world, and maybe you just want to connect with people. Well, not just connect with anyone, because we have the sign of Scorpio, and Scorpio don't hang out with just anyone. You just want to connect with people who you relate to, people who you vibe with, people who bring the same amount of intensity that you want, people that share the same values as you, because we have the sign of Descendant. You know? Right. Okay, so we're going to do your third blessing, and hopefully the dice doesn't roll off from the table. Oh my goodness. Okay. Please don't roll off. Please don't roll off. Oh my god, it rolled off. Ah! Oh my goodness. One last time. Bro. Okay. One last time, I promise. Okay. So, we have been getting a lot of 12th house messages. Okay, it's not funny. Okay. So, we have the 12th house, and I already explained what the 12th house means, but I will say it again. 12th house represents the unknown, the spirituality, and the psyche, basically the mind. And next we have the sign of Pluto, and Pluto talks about power, control, transformations, and the transformations often are associated with endings and new beginnings. And next we have the sign of Virgo. Virgo talks about health, jobs, daily routines, because I believe Virgo rules the 6th house. So, and also Virgo talks about practicality, paying attention to detail, being logical, analytical. Think about, how do you say this? When I think of someone who's a Virgo, I feel like someone who embodies the characteristics of a Virgo is someone who is just really not in a negative way. They're kind of nitpicky, but the reason why they're really nitpicky is because they really want everything to go well. They want everything to be organized, to be in detailed. They are very a routine-based person. So that is what I think about when I think about Virgo. And because it's in the sign of Pluto and the 12th house, which rules spirituality and the psyche, I feel like there's going to be a huge transformation when it comes to your thinking again. And which is weird, because the first blessing was about the 12th house, and then this is about the 12th house again. So maybe you may be exploring spirituality a little bit and being more concise. So for example, if you are a person that already practice spirituality, maybe you would be more, I guess you could say, consistent. So for example, let's say that you pray to your ancestors without a routine. You just do it randomly. You're just like, oh, I feel like praying to them because I need help. Oh, I feel like praying to them, just whatever. It's just not consistent, right? So I think the blessing would be that you become more consistent in your routine on how you pray to your ancestors, kind of like that. Or if it's not about spirituality, I mean, take it how it resonates, because I can't resonate with everyone. So just put 2 and 2 together. If it's not that, it could be that you're changing your health routine, because, the food or whatever you put in your body actually affects your mentality. Maybe you might start going to the gym more, or maybe you incorporate a healthy diet, and you're really paying attention to what you're receiving, because we have the sign of Virgo, and Virgo is really they really pay attention to a lot of details. So maybe you're zoning in to your diet, your exercise, how you talk to yourself, how you talk to others, because all in all, it affects your mentality. It affects the way you perceive the world, basically. And I'm getting that if it's not that you're changing your spiritual routine, or you're changing yourself, like your diet, or your body, I feel like maybe you're changing your habits. Maybe in the past, or maybe it's not in the past, maybe this is just who you are. Maybe you are the type of person to have like perfectionism tendencies. Maybe you're the type to overthink a lot. Maybe you overwork yourself, and because you keep doing that, it's actually affecting your mental health. I think you've been burnt out. Maybe because you've been burnt out, it's actually affecting your routines. So for example, this is just an example, take it how it resonates. Maybe you've been working at this job, and this job is draining you, and what you're doing in the job is that you're making sure that everything is perfect. So I'm guessing that maybe you overextend yourself at work. I mean, that's great. I mean, no, that's not great. But it's great that you're putting in 1% of the effort. But it's affecting you at the end of the day. So when you overextend yourself at work, and then you come back home, you're just so tired that you can't even do the things that you love. You can't even go back to your routines, because Virgo talks about routines, and it's messing up your head because 12th house, psyche and spirituality. So like, yeah, so I feel like there's going to be an ending to that. Maybe that you're saying enough is enough. I'm going to make clear boundaries at work. Maybe I will put like 90% effort at work, so I have like spare time to do what I love to do after work. So there's a change in routines for you overall, and the change in routine is because it's related to your mental health. All right? I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to pull one tarot card for all of you. And we are going to see one more blessing. One more blessing for the collective. Okay. One last blessing for the collective. One more tarot card. I hope that makes sense. Because this is my first time. Well, not my first time. Because I've been practicing a little bit of my astro dice for the past 3 days. I think it's 3 days. No, I lied. It's 2 days. For the past 2 days. And I'm still learning how to read astrology. I mean, I'm not completely new to astrology. I'm not a beginner. That's all I know. I'm quite intermediate, but I don't know how to give in-depth descriptions, Okay. So the card that I pulled is the Justice. And yeah, this is basically sums up all the blessings that I said. The blessing that you're going to get is that you will have a sense of justice in your life. Something will turn out in your favor, because justice also talks about cause and effect, and also talks about things swaying in your favor. So the next blessing that's coming is that things will start turning into your favor, whether you're changing up your routine because you want your mental health to be better, whether you're dealing with body issues, self-confidence issues, home issues, friendship issues, whatever it is, you're getting justice in that situation and things will start looking up for you. That's great, bestie. All right. So I really hope that all of these messages resonate with you. I hope so. I really do. I hope so. And yeah, that's all I have for you today. I hope that you like this reading. And if you do like this reading, please give me a thumbs up and comment down below. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, what's up, pal number 2? I hope that you're doing slay today. So what I'm going to do first, let's see. Yeah, so I am going to roll the astro dice, the zodiac astro dice, and I'm going to see which zodiac signs this message is for. And if I don't say your zodiac sign, that's totally okay. You can pick another pile and you can see if I say your zodiac sign there. So this is for your sun, moon, or rising. And if you don't know your sun, I mean, you should know your sun sign. I mean, no judgment if you don't know your sun sign. You can easily go to astroseek.com and you can put all your information there. But if you want to know your rising sign, you got to know your birth time. So it's kind of difficult to know your rising sign if you don't know your birth time. All right, so let me roll the dice. And if I say your zodiac sign, then this message is likely for you. So let's see. Let me roll my dice. Oh my goodness. So in the last pile, the dice kept rolling off the table and I was getting frustrated. But I didn't want to really be mad because it's like I don't want to be judged. And people are like, oh my God, she has anger issues. I do have anger issues, low-key. But I just don't want to be angry, you know? Okay. Enough of me yapping. Okay. Let me roll the dice. Okay, this message is for you if you are a Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. Okay. Next one. I'm going to do four more zodiac signs. Oh, interesting. This reading is for you if you are a Taurus, sun, moon, or rising. Interesting. Okay, this reading is for you if you are an Aries, sun, moon, or rising. Ooh, this reading is for you if you are a Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. I think one more zodiac sign. Yeah, I think one more, right? Oh my God, I lost count. I lost count. Okay, I'll just do one more. I think I'm on 5. Yeah, this is the last zodiac sign. Okay, this reading's for you if you are... Okay, Pisces again. So there's strong Pisces energy. So if you have a Pisces sun, moon, or rising, then this video is definitely for you. Or, well, I mean, this reading is definitely for you. Okay. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to say 3 blessings that are going to happen to you. And the reason why I'm doing 3 blessings is because this is a general reading. And, you know, I want the video to resonate to a lot of people. And at the end, I'm going to do 1 tarot card pull to see what's the blessings overall. Okay? So... Pile number 2. What's your blessings? The first one. And I pray that the dice doesn't roll off the table. I pray. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, my goodness. First house. Oh my God. First house is all about the ego, self-expression, your outer appearance, your aura. Like, Okay, your aura. Okay, and we have the sun. Oh my god, bro. The sun literally talks about what I just said about the first house. And the first house represents the sun. And then we have Pisces. Wow. And Pisces talks about being creative, imaginative. Wow. Okay. All right. So your first blessing that's coming to you is that you will be really creative about your outer appearance. Maybe you are dyeing your hair. Maybe you're buying new clothes. Maybe you are trying on different makeup. Or it doesn't have to be different. It's more like you're putting in the effort because you want to show up to the world. And well, duh, you want to show up to the world because the sign of the sun is Leo. And you know how Leos are? Leos want to show up with a bang. And I think that's going to be you. Wow. Okay. Wow. And you're not just doing that because you are having like an ego of like, haha, look at me, I'm better than anyone else. No, you're not. Because I have the sign of Pisces, and Pisces are a sensual sign. They're empathic. So you're not showing up to the world with like a big and annoying ego. You're showing up to the world as your authentic self. You're showing up to the world because you're showing the world that this is who you are, and this is who you represent, and this is you. And you're not doing this to please anyone else. This is you. I really love that for you. Pile number 2. Wow. You know, I'm low-key jealous. You know, whoever picked this pile, tell me in the comments, because I really want this pile. I really want this pile, bro. And I feel like the way that you approach life in your next blessing, when this blessing will come, I feel like people will be extremely drawn to you because there's something the way that you're deciding to put yourself out there that is very, very beautiful. It's almost like I'm seeing a lot of colors. Maybe you're going to incorporate more colors in your wardrobe. There's a dreaming like quality to you. Okay. And you know what? This is a general reading, so I gotta think of other things. So the first house in the sun talks about aura, your appearance, right? But if I were to talk about the aura instead of the appearance, maybe you are doing some. Maybe you're doing a hobby or something that you like, because Pisces talks about having like a strong intuition and being creative. So maybe your next blessing is that you're dwelling into a passion project, something that you love, something that you take care of. And because you are working on this thing that you love, it's actually benefiting your aura. You are maxing your aura. Like how you're aura maxing. That's the next blessing that's coming to you. You're aura maxing. My goodness. And you know what? Because you chose the sign, well, not the sign, because you chose pile number 2, and you know, pile number 2 is the crab. I feel like this may happen during the summer, because summer is Jupiter in Cancer, and Cancer is the crab. So I feel like maybe there's a possibility. Maybe during the summer, this will be you. You'll be feeling your best, bestie. Ooh. I claim this for you. Oh my goodness. Okay. Next blessing for pile number 2. Hopefully it doesn't fall off the table. Okay. 12th house, Gemini, and Descendant. How interesting. So, the 12th house talks about the psyche, the mental, the mind, and spirituality. And then we have the sign of Gemini, and Gemini talks about intellectual curiosity, communication, adaptability, being around people. And then we have the sign of descendant. And it kind of connects to Gemini, right? Because descendants talk about relationships and partnerships, what you want, what you need, what you value. So I feel like the next blessing that is coming to you is that you might have a change on how you communicate yourself to others, which is quite interesting because the first blessing was about how you change yourself on how you perceive to the world because your aura is changing. And now with this second blessing, maybe you're changing the way you communicate yourself to others. Maybe you're having clear boundaries. Maybe you're standing up for yourself. Maybe you realize what you deserve and what you don't deserve, because 12th house talks about the psyche and the mental. So I'm thinking that there's like a little switch in your head and you're just like, you know what, Bo? I deserve better. You know what, Bo? I want to tell this person that they suck. I'm joking. But in all seriousness, I think that the next blessing is that you will change how you communicate yourself to other people. And it's going to be a good thing because I feel like you're standing up for yourself. You're placing hard boundaries. And if it's not something around that nature, I'm getting you might be joining a community that you resonate with. Maybe you might have a deep, long conversation with someone and then it sparks your imagination because 12th house talks about psyche, and then we have the descendant sign which talks about relationships, and Gemini is about communication. Maybe you're having deep, long talks with someone. Maybe you spontaneously join a group. Maybe you're connecting with like-minded people. Yeah. Okay. Slay pile number 2. And when I'm giving examples, please try to figure out how that relates to your life, because I can't just like give every example from A to Z because it's a general reading. So try to apply it to your own life, okay? Okay, let's do third blessing. Maybe I'm getting this. Maybe you might have some kind of breakthrough. Maybe you might learn a piece of information that is like mind-blowing. Interesting. Okay. Third blessing for pile number 3. I felt no. Come on now. It fell on the table. Off the table, I mean. Okay. Let's try it again. I need to buy a larger table. Okay. We have Gemini again. Interesting. And then we have 6th house. And 6th house talks about daily routines, health, jobs. Something that is structured, you know? And then we have the sign of Uranus. And Uranus is the sign of Aquarius because Uranus talks about innovation, rebellion, and change, and being unique and being authentic. So this literally relates to all of the blessings that I said so far. Interesting. Okay, so because it's in your 6th house, this will be a little bit different. And like I said, 6th house represents daily routines, work environments, health, and service to others. So what I feel like is that the next blessing that's coming to you will be some sort of Okay. I'm so horrible for this. Okay, y'all, please bear with me because I'm still learning astrology, and I had to I had to pull one tarot card to like help me out because I was like, is this right? I don't want to give false information. So I pulled one tarot card out. It's only just for you guys because I'm still learning. And we got the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like there's something that's coming back full term when it comes to your services with others. I don't know, maybe you guys are in areas where you have a lot of people. So I'm thinking maybe you're a teacher, maybe you work in retail, maybe you work in volunteering. There's something about that your giving nature is being recognized and being paid off, and it's low-key a change because maybe in the past you haven't been recognized for your work. Maybe in the past you haven't been recognized for this cool idea on how to implement some kind of rule or some kind of suggestion to your projects. And it kind of hurt. I feel like it kind of hurt. Maybe people didn't see the value in what you bring to society, and now you're being recognized because you have the Wheel of Fortune. It's all coming back to you. You're being recognized, and you're being recognized as this authentic and unique person. And because we got Gemini, and Gemini talks about, people and community, and we got the sign of Uranus, and it talks about innovation. Yeah, I feel like you're being recognized somewhere, which is very cool. And if this isn't it, oh my god, I'm stumbling. I gotta calm down. So if this isn't about being recognized in a workplace or in your projects, I feel like this will be a sudden change in your routine. Maybe you are changing the way that how you manage your routines. So maybe you might have a random idea, because the Wheel of Fortune is pretty random, right? Maybe you have a random idea on how to change up your daily life. Maybe in the past it has been quite boring and you're doing the same shit all over again, like every single day. Maybe you are being creative and changing up your routine. So maybe, for example, you have this routine where you get up and then you go to work and then you go home and then you sleep. You're just changing that. You're like, no, I don't want that anymore. Maybe you try to go to the gym, and you go to the gym because you want to change up your lifestyle. Or maybe when you come home, you don't go straight to bed. Maybe you go out to dinner to socialize. I don't know. There's something that you're changing because you're tired of the same routine over and over again, right? And I'm also feeling the reason why you're changing up your routine is because you want to feel stimulated, right? Because you're bored. And also I feel like you want some form of connection. You want some form of validation from others. And I feel like that's the blessing that's coming. Cool. I'm happy for you guys. You guys will be going out there. I feel like this blessing is for those of you who are quite an introvert. Well, not an introvert. Well, maybe like a homebody. Maybe if you're not an introvert or a homebody, maybe you're a person that craves adventure. Well, yeah, adventure is coming to you soon, yeah. Yeah, you're not gonna feel bored anymore, bestie. All right, so that's the 3 blessings, and I'm gonna pull one card to see what is the overall message. La 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 la. Overall message for pile number 2. Overall message for pile number 2. Okay, this flew out. The sun, dude. Remember the first blessing I told you guys? You guys got the sun symbol. My goodness. This is a very clear and solid sign that the blessings that are coming to you will literally make your life even more happier. If you're feeling stagnant, bestie, you're not going to feel stagnant anymore. If you've been feeling depressed lately, you're not going to feel depressed anymore. If you feel like you want to change up something, but you're scared that you might ruin everything, you're not going to ruin everything, bestie. In fact, when you start changing your life, this relates to the 3rd blessing. When you start doing a little here and there spadazzle, it's going to work in your favor, because I had the wheel of fortune. Whatever you have your mind set to, it's going to work in your favor. Wow. Yeah, Sun card is a really good card. All right. So, besties, that's all I have for you today, and I hope that resonated. And if you want to claim these blessings, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and comment down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. What's up, pile number 3, the last pile? You guys chose the cute frog jar, and I love it. It's so cute and pink, and it's so adorable. Alright, so before I dive into the reading, I am going to say a few zodiac signs. And the reason why is because I think that if I say a few zodiac signs, then it will really resonate with the message, I guess. And I'm trying something new here. So if you hear your sign, then this message is for you. And if you don't hear your sign, that's totally okay. You can check out the other piles too and see if I say your zodiac sign there. Okay. So let me roll the dice. Let me roll the dice. And if you hear your zodiac sign, then this message is for you. And this applies to your sun, moon, and rising sign. Okay? Okay. Let's see. I'm going to say 5 zodiac signs, okay? Alright, if you are a Taurus, sun, moon, and rising, this message is for you. Taurus again. Wow. Okay, strong Taurus energy. Okay. I fell off the table. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me do it again because I didn't see the sign. But so far we have 2 Taurus zodiacs sign. Alright, and next is Leo. If you are a Leo, sun, moon, and rising, this message is for you. Alright, if you are a Capricorn, this message is for you. Okay, and I think one last sign, right? Yeah, one last sign. Capricorn again? Okay. There's some really strong Capricorn and... What did I say? Oh my god, I just forgot. Oh my god, I just had a brain fart. Okay, it was Capricorn, and then what was the other sign? Bro, Taurus. Oh my god, it was Taurus. Okay. Oh my goodness. Have you guys ever gotten like weird brain fogs or farts? Oh my god, that was so random. Okay. So if you have strong placements in Capricorn or Taurus, then this message is definitely for you. Okay, so I'm going to start with this. I am going to say 3 blessings, and that doesn't mean all the blessings are going to happen to you. The reason why I'm doing 3 blessings is because this is a general reading and I want it to be fair game, okay? So let's see. With my astro dice, what's the first blessing that's coming? Okay, we have Gemini, the moon, and 7th house. Okay, so we know what the moon talks about. And if you don't know what the moon is, the moon talks about emotions. It talks about spirituality, being sensual, the unknown actually. The moon talks about stuff that's hidden. That's the truth. And then we have the 7th house, and the 7th house talks about partners and relationships. And we have Gemini, and Gemini also talks about partnerships and relationships, but it's more about the community and communication, intellectual. So the first thing I literally heard is that you will find some truth about someone. Yeah. You will find some truth about someone. Maybe you have been suspicious about someone. Maybe you're thinking about, oh, is this person right for me? Is this community right for me? Is this person good for me? Maybe you are having a hard time fitting in. Maybe you're wondering, when will I find my soul tribe? When I will find people that just respect me, you know? There's a truth that is about to be shown to you about the people around you. That's very interesting. Now, this is a general reading, so like I can't scratch that. This is supposed to be a blessing. This is a good thing. So the reason why this truth is coming out, so it can literally give you clarity. And Gemini talks about the mind. Talks about how you interact with others. Talk about how you're stimulated by others. So that's why I'm just like, okay, yeah, there's some truth that you have been wanting about your relationships that are going to be shown to you. And it's going to be a good thing. And whether it's good or bad, it's a good thing because it's meant to give you clarity on the situation. Okay? So take that how that resonates. Yeah. Let me do one tarot card for this. Okay, that showed up. Hanged Man. Okay. Ace of Cups. Ah, okay. 3 of Cups, 2 of Cups. Bro, okay. Okay, so you know what? I have 3 of Cups and 2 of Cups. So this message can go either way, which I love so much. So the one way is that you are deciding whether this person is good for you, whether this person have the right intentions for you. And this is in a romantic sense. And you are going to get a sign whether this person is good for you or whether, you know, if they're hiding something for you, the truth will come out. Okay, so the other thing is that, like I said before, if you are confused about a friend or a community, or you want to know if they're right for you, or maybe they're hiding something for you, there's something along those lines, right? The truth will come out. You will have clarity in this situation. Or maybe, you know, because I want it to be more general and I want it to fit into multiple people's situations. Maybe you don't have a friendship or a community. And also keep in mind, this also applies to coworkers and family too. Okay, scratch that. Okay. Maybe you're not dealing with someone. Maybe you just want to be a part of something. Maybe you want a relationship. Maybe you want a friendship. Maybe you just want to feel like you belong, right? Because Gemini is all about, you know, community and blah blah blah. And 7th house is the same thing too, right? Okay. Maybe you just want to feel like you belong. I feel like your next blessing is that you might have a hint on where you should go. And that's really cool. If that's you, this is your sign that you will get a sign that you will have a hint on where you belong. Great. Cool. Okay. Let me do your second blessing. Oh my goodness. Ah! Oh my god, I just lost my dice. Okay, I'll put you guys on a brief commercial hold. I just lost my planetary dice. Oh my god, I don't know where it went. It just jumped out of my hand. Maybe this is your sign. Maybe a sign that this message is for you is that you keep losing stuff. Or maybe things have been slipping out of your hand, literally or metaphorically. Oh my god, I really can't find it. Bro, okay. Or maybe this is your sign that you have been feeling confused or anxious lately, because you know how people are anxious, they start shaking a little bit. So maybe that's you. Okay, I really can't find it. Okay, let me pause this. Okay, I found it. It was tucked deep in my shirt. I was literally scrambling around, and the minute I stood up, it fell. So maybe so maybe the blessings will come to you on your lap. Maybe you're trying so hard to find, because I said that you will get a hint about where you should go for a community, or like the truth of someone you're involved with will come out. Maybe the truth would just come to you naturally. Maybe you would just know, Maybe if you stop actively trying to find the truth, or stop actively trying to make something work, it would just come to you, right? I don't know. I'm just saying this because I was trying so hard to find my dice, and it was literally on my lap. Okay. Enough of the woo-woo stuff. Let me get to your second blessing. Okay. Second blessing for pile number 3. Okay. We got 6th house, and 6th house talks about health, job, daily routines, work responsibilities. Just think about, routine stuff, right? And then we got, I was about to say Venus. We got Libra. Libra is a sign of Venus. That's why I said we got the sign of Libra. And Libra talks about beauty, aesthetics, the home, feeling beautiful, love, because it's Venus. And then we have the rising sign. And the rising sign, it talks about how you present yourself to the world, basically your first impression. So think of it as like the mask that you show to others, like people's first impression of you. So that's your rising sign. So I think this message is very obvious. I think you're literally changing your aesthetic. Maybe this is just an example, so tailor it to your situation. Maybe you're changing, I don't know, maybe you wear this certain makeup style. I don't know, maybe you have like this certain makeup style that you wear almost every single day. Maybe you're changing it. Maybe maybe I'll just add glitters, or maybe I'll just wear red lipstick for once. You're changing it up, because there's something about your routine that you're changing. And since I'm stuttering. Okay. Because what happens when I stutter is because I get so many messages in my mind and my mouth can't keep up. Okay. So because it's in the sign of Venus, and Venus talks about beauty and aesthetics, that's why I relate it to makeup. And if it's not makeup, maybe it's your clothing. Maybe it's your accessories. Maybe it's your hair, because beauty talks about hair too, right? I heard surgery. Are you guys getting surgery? Because I don't know. There's some. Maybe you're getting surgery. Maybe you're getting a lift. Maybe you're getting a massage. Ooh, I want a massage too. There's something about your body that you're changing. Literally about your body. And if it's not about your body that you're actually changing, I think it's about like how you take care of your body. Maybe you're changing the way you eat. Maybe you're going to the gym because you want to look hot. Because I'm thinking about Libra. Libra is all about beauty and aesthetics. And then sixth house talks about like, you know, routine based and health. And I'm just like, yeah, maybe you're going to the gym, or maybe you're taking classes, yoga. There's something about it that you're doing more because you want to fix up your appearance, low key. Slay, okay, slay. You becoming this it girl, huh? Pound number 3. Okay. Last blessing. Third blessing. Oh my god, it fell off the table. Okay, I'm gonna try to catch it. Okay, so we got the sign of 8th house. Okay, we got the sign of Leo, and then we got the sign of the descendant. Interesting. So when we talk about the descendant talks about your relationships and your partnerships, what you value, what you don't value, your wants and needs in regards to them. And then we got the sign of Leo. Leo is associated with confidence, leadership, you know, that warmth, desire to be recognized and to be creative. Think about Leo as a very ball of light, basically. And then we have the sign of 8th house, which is quite interesting. 8th house talks about transformation, death, and rebirth, changes. So, this is quite interesting. So, you know what? I'm still new to this. Well, I'm not completely new to astrology. I just don't know how to piece these informations together. So that's why I have my trusty tarot. Let's see what's going on, baby. What's going on? I'm getting that there might be a change on how you view relationships, because 8th house talks about transformation, right? And then you know what, I'ma stop. I'm pulling out tarot. Oh, we got 9 of Pentacles, Temperance, Knight of Wands. Okay, yeah, okay, I get it. So pound number 3, you want valuable relationships. You want relationships that benefit you. And I'm not saying that you're using people, because you're not. I feel like pound number 3, you're wanting meaningful relationships. And I feel like in the past, maybe you have been taken advantage of because of your kindness. Maybe you have been taken advantage of because you had more wisdom or more resources than the other person. And now you're just like, I just want a relationship that balances me out. I want a relationship that gives me excitement, makes me feel like I'm worth it. Because Leo talks about confidence, and I feel like in the past, whether this is a romantic relationship or your friendship or your families, I feel like they have been low-key like putting you down in some way, and you've been pouring your cup onto them and you're just not getting anything back. So I feel like your next blessing is that you will receive partnerships or relationships that know your worth, which is good, because bestie, you deserves it. And I put out 1 card and you got the 6 of Cups, and the 6 of Cups talks about connecting to your inner child, basically. And yeah, the people that are coming into your life and your next blessing, you are going to feel so safe with them. It's not like you're going to hide who you are. You feel like you can show up as your authentic self because they are non-judgmental people. They understand what you went through. They respect the person for who you are, and which is great. Yeah. Slay pile number 3. All right, so let's do, I think, yeah, this is the third blessing. Okay, let's do third blessing. Third blessing. Let's see. I hope you guys like my ASMR dice shaking. I find it highly satisfying. Okay, last blessing for pile number 3. First house, okay. Pisces, the sign of Pisces, and I believe that's the sign of Saturn. Yes, that's the sign of Saturn. All right. So the first house talks about your appearance, your aura, how you show up to the world, how you mask yourself, how people perceive you. It's basically like your rising sign, right? First house, rising sign. And wait, didn't we just talk about your rising sign? Or maybe that was the other pile. I'm having brain fog. Okay, I'm having brain fog. Forgive me, pile number 3. Okay, never mind. Yes, so first house, like I said, about your appearance, your aura, how people perceive you, your first impression, that's first house. Your ego, the sun, right? First house. And then we have the sign of Pisces. And Pisces talks about being empathic, strong intuition, being emotional, being creative, being in tune in one emotions, which is great. And then we have Saturn. And Saturn talks about challenges and delays. And the challenges and the delays are not necessarily to punish you, but to help you elevate yourself. And when I tie this all together, I feel like pile number 2, you may have some huge self-confidence issues. And when I think about Saturn, because Capricorn rules Saturn, and Capricorn talks about relationships too, and Capricorn is the 7th house. So you see how I'm going back. You see how I'm backtracking. So I feel like you have confidence issues when it's about your relationships with others. Maybe you don't feel good enough. Bro, that literally ties into your second blessing. Whoa, okay. And Pisces here is talking about being in tune with your emotions and feeling at home. Oh my God. And then I had like the 6 of Cups, and I was like, you're connecting to your inner child. Bro, this is literally part 2 of your second blessing. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay. So your next blessing, which is basically part 2 of your second blessing, is literally you finally accepting yourself. You finally feel like the relationships that you attract in the future really cares for your heart. They appreciate your soul, the empathic being that you are. Wow. That's amazing, pile number 3. All right. And then you're like, how is this a blessing? Because Saturn is there. Because I'm saying that this was you in the past. Saturn has been delaying that for you. And I feel like Saturn has been putting challenges on you because Saturn wants you to recognize your worth. So it's like, think about this. Saturn sends bad things into your life because Saturn wants you to realize that the situations that you have been through is because they want you to recognize a pattern. I'm not saying this is for every bad situation, because some bad situations are not because of Saturn and you are not at fault. It's never your fault. But sometimes Saturn brings you situations to recognize your self-worth. So think about this. Let's say you have, let's see an example. Let's say that you have a very, very toxic friend and your friend constantly puts you down. Maybe your friend is like sneaky, does shit behind your back, it's just very bad, your friend. And the reason why your friend keeps doing it to you is because obviously like they're jealous and they have like a huge ego and they have like stuff they need to work on. But the deeper meaning is because you need to see that within yourself that you deserve better, right? So use that friendship example I gave you into your own life. Tailor it to have whatever situation you're dealing with. So that's why in your next blessing, you're finally getting the relationships that you want and you're realizing your self-worth and you're like, hey, you know what? I deserve A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And the next blessing is that you are going to receive A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And it will feel like you're showing up for who you are because we have Pisces. Okay, slay. Pound number 3. I'm actually so happy for you. Okay. So what I'm going to do last is that I'm going to pull out a general card. And this general card will basically tie in all the blessings together. Okay. All right. So I got the Chariot card. So this could mean one or two things. Either A, these blessings that I just said are going to come in super fast. And it's coming in super fast because you're doing the work, duh. And remember, spiritual work is energy. If you're putting in the work, if you're actively putting in the work, then things will start changing for you. And I think you are. That's why I got the Chariot. And the other option is B, which that you are in control of your reality. Because whenever I see the Chariot card, there's someone driving the horse, someone driving the chariot, right? Because the chariot, right? Okay. You are in control of your reality. So if you are in a situation, and I feel like this is about like people too, because we got 2 people messages twice. So if you're in a community or you're dealing with someone that is not good for you, you can control that. You can say, no, I don't deserve this. I deserve better. You literally can change the outcome, bestie. You don't have to you don't have to be miserable forever. You know what I'm saying? The universe is not against you because it hates you. It's showing you that you have the power to change your future. And that's, it ties into Saturn. Saturn wants you to recognize that you have this confidence about you that you just didn't unlock yet. And once you take control and you realize your full potential, watch how your life changes. Pound number 3. All right, bestie, that's all I have for you today. And I hope you like this reading. And I hope you like my astro dice. I've been practicing incorporating these astro dice in my readings lately, just for practice. And I feel like this is kind of fun. And if you want to claim these blessings, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and maybe comment down below. Okay, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Thank you so much.